I guess we can start a minute early. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to what was supposed to be Friday Night Trailers, which is now Sunday Night Trailers. My name is Nosig, and tonight we'll be looking at a few pretty neat-looking indie game trailers, actually. And it's a shame, because there are so many out there, really. I'm going through trailers all the time on Twitter, on Reddit, wherever I can find them, and trying to bring the best to you that I can find. Now, what I've got here is 4 that I thought looked really cool. We're going to be looking at Guns of Fury, ICEBOUND, GRAVELORD, and Beacon of NEYDA. But really, there are so many out there. So all it takes is just a little bit of effort, and you can find these on your own. Check out the Indie Games subreddit or the Indie Gaming subreddit, as well as hashtag Indie Games on Twitter. You'll be able to find a lot of these. And not only just finding trailers yourself, but finding out more information about the games themselves. Steam isn't the best place to search for them. I found that search engine can be, well, the search function within Steam is a little rough. Hello, John DBZ. How you doing, man? Did I have a good day? I don't know. There was a lot going on. A lot of like household stuff to take care of, and some editing to do. And for my Mega Man Monday last stream, I was doing some editing today, and DaVinci just decided that it was just going to stop taking any of my commands. I couldn't save, I couldn't edit, I couldn't do a damn thing, which drove me absolutely nuts. So I lost my entire timeline, so that's all got to be done again. But that's my problem, not anybody else's. Other than that, it was a productive day, I'll say that much. How about you? How was your day? You here to look at some trailers with me? The first one we're going to be checking out is Guns of Fury. So actually, I still have my stream starting soon thing up, so let's get rid of that. Guns of Fury is a retro-inspired action platformer that combines the run-and-gun and Metroidvania genres. Explore a vast, interconnected world, gain new abilities and weapons, battle epic bosses, and stop the plans of an evil corporation before it's too late. This is developed and published by Gelato Games. It's going to be released sometime this year. There's no specific date, it just says 2024. They do have previous games. One of them, which is one that I know about, is Goblin Sword, which was released for Nintendo Switch. So Guns of Fury will be released on Steam, so available on PC and Nintendo Switch as well. So why don't we slip on over to that, and we will have a look and a listen. All right, here we go. If you're getting Metal Slug vibes, so was I. Big ass map. Jesus. So it did say destructible environments. There's a mech. This reminds me of the ride armor from the Mega Man X series. Oh, it's Dr. Octavius. Okay. All right. That's it. Let's have a look a little bit further here. So there are some destructible environments, but I'm wondering how you're going to be able to identify them, because I want to go back a little bit here, because he did destroy a section of wall. But is there a way of identifying? Well, it did look like there was a little bit of damage. So yeah, okay, it's hard to see. You can see how this section of wall is a little bit discolored. So that's how we could punch through walls and maybe find some secrets, because there was a secret area later on in the trailer, and we have different types of enemies with different projectile types. This handgun dude here, and sniper rifles. This big ass tank. Now that was a boss, so that's not a regular enemy. That's one thing I was wondering when I was looking at this trailer before, was the I keep wanting to call it ride armor, but the game says it's a mech. Are you going to be able to purchase these? Are you going to be able to just find them in the level situationally? Or is there some other way of summoning these? Maybe like an airdrop. But this looks like it's underground, so I don't think you're going to be able to get these by airdrop. Or do you have to destroy an enemy to get... I don't know. We'll see. Unfortunately, there's no demo for this game, because I'd be all over it if there was. So some of the environments are destructible. Look at this chunker. Holy crap. How are you going to beat this guy? Wow. That is just huge. That's even bigger than Mega Man X3 Sigma. This takes up, look at this. This takes up half the screen. I do like the backgrounds, though. The backgrounds look really nice. And again, there's a destructible environment here. There's a destructible wall, but here you can't really tell. So I guess a lot of it's just going to come down to trial and error. Unless the map gives away some hints. So hang on a second. I want to have a look at the different types of weapons here. So there is ammo. You can see when we get back to the screen, you can see in the top left-hand corner, there's a health bar and there's an ammo bar, I think. But does that apply for all weapons, or do you have like because with a lot of these games, you'll have like a base weapon. So it could be this, your handgun, your Merlin, whatever it is, which has unlimited ammo. And then everything else that you pick up afterwards only has a limited amount. 130 grenades? That's a lot. So we also have... I wonder if this is an accessory, the Silver Cross, if that enhances either the damage you take or receive, or gives you some special abilities or whatnot. These are all the things I'm wondering when I'm looking at a trailer. Or, yeah. Volt gun. Ooh. Pyro gun, flame shot. How's that different from the pyro gun, I wonder? Burst rifle, pulse rifle. There was a pulse rifle in Alien, wasn't there? I don't know. I haven't watched that movie in forever. Ice gun, which we saw a little bit of that, and a phaser. I wonder if there's more. So there's the ice gun, looks like. And we got a double jump, and we have melee weapons as well. Wait, whoa. This is a merchant. So we've got, I'm guessing, grenade launcher. Oh! Different weapon types. Or, sorry, different ammo types. So we have armor piercer. I wonder what else we've got. A stealth outfit. Stealth outfit? How is that going to work in a game like this? Okay. And of course, coffee. I think every game should include coffee. So, okay, so we have... So we can upgrade our stock weapons too. I'm assuming that we have, like... I'm assuming that you have a weapon that is just like your stock weapon that you start with. Well, your Old Faithful. And each one has different damage rates and fire rates. Okay. This looks like it'd be an interesting boss fight, where you're going to have to basically do some platforming at the same time that you're fighting the boss. I like that. That looks challenging. And looks like the enemies also have their own types of mechs too. This looks like a shrunken down AT-AT. That was a wreck. Okay. So we've got our dodge roll. And we just... did we just find that one? I'm not sure. Wait, hang on a second. This Doc Ock guy, is this... Oh, this is a boss. Okay. But you have 8-direction aiming, it looks like, so that shouldn't be too difficult. All right. Yeah. Oh, it looks pretty cool to me. I'm going to let this roll. I'm going to read a little bit more about it. Guns of Fury is a retro-inspired action platformer that combines... Oh, we already read that part, my bad. The story. In the near future, the world is in an energy crisis. The near future. When all hope has been lost, world-famous scientist Dr. Klaus makes a surprise announcement. The discovery of the Tesla coil. It says tetracell. Its incredible energy-producing properties could be used for the good of mankind. However, 24 hours later, he mysteriously disappears and his lab is destroyed in an explosion. Oh no! The industrialist Thomas Edison, A. Easton, president of Easton Industries, is suspected to have kidnapped Dr. Klaus and that he intends to use the tetracell to create a new type of superweapon. You assume the role of Vincent Fury, a special operative on a mission to infiltrate the top-secret research facility of Easton Industries, rescue Dr. Klaus, and recover the missing tetracell before it's too late. Explore a huge world as you face the private army of evil industrialist A. Easton and his gang of top executives. Okay. As you advance through the game, you will discover new items and abilities, as well as gain money to purchase new equipment from merchants, which will help you access new areas and battle more powerful enemies, including fearsome bosses. And we've seen a few, and they actually look really neat too, both in what their potential capabilities might be, but also their design too. I like that Doc Ock guy. Exhilarating run-and-gun action, beautiful handcrafted 16-bit pixel art, and I do agree with that, yeah. Hundreds of unique items to discover, including guns, melee weapons, bombs, and accessories, 10-plus bosses, and tons of enemy types. Acquire new abilities in an authentic... Let me read that again. Acquire new abilities in an authentic Metroidvania experience. Take control of a variety of different mechs, each with its own array of attacks and abilities. Discover secrets in breakable walls and acquire loot and powerful new equipment. Destructible environments. We've seen a little bit of that. Alternate endings. Alternate endings. Interesting. I feel like that's kind of ambitious for a game like this. These types of... And that's not an insult. What I mean is these types of games are usually not very thick on story. It's just you shoot the bad guys in order, beat the bosses, and then you move on until you get to the ultimate bad guy. You shoot him, game is over. Having an alternate ending? That's interesting. I'm very curious about that. An incredible soundtrack by Dominic Ninmark. The system requirements for this, I'm going to classify this as potato, as in it'll run on a potato. You don't need a super... it's... Okay, let me give you an idea of what the system requirements are, the minimum ones. An Intel Core 2 Duo E8400. If you don't know anything about computers, that is a really, really old processor. 2 gigs of RAM. You probably have at least 2 gigs of RAM in your phone. Graphics card, GeForce 9600 GT or Radeon HD 3870. Again, you're getting the idea here. This isn't going to require a hell of a lot of processing power to play. So it's accessible for damn near anybody. Which is always good. I like that. Busy week, lots of hard work, but it was very cool talking to Fox on his Wukong stream. Oh, he's been playing Revita. Oh, I wonder if he's going to stream that, because I'll help him out. That's as much as I can, anyway. I haven't played it in a while. I should go back to it, actually. Looks like Rambo with... what's... robotic bad guys. Some of them, yeah. Some of them are... a lot of these guys are human bad guys. This is the private army of industrialist A. Easton, who's not at all related to Thomas Edison. Anywho, yeah, this one looks great. Let's move on to the next one, which is ICEBOUND. And I'm not going to lie, sometimes I pick trailers to look at for very frivolous reasons. This one is because I'm reasonably sure, I could be completely wrong, but I'm reasonably sure that the voice actor who's doing the narration is the voice actor who does Joshua Graham from Fallout New Vegas. Because that guy had a very, I don't know, he had a very, very distinct voice to me. And this guy either sounds a lot like him or it is him. But this is a first-person driving survival simulator. Assume the role of a wilderness firefighter on a mission gone wrong. Drive, explore, and survive with your snowcat vehicle in an icy environment with a hostile military faction ever present on your trail. Let's have a look.
I'm Henry Beauchamp, wilderness firefighter. This beautiful ATV is my trusty beast. She may be rough around the edges, but damn, I love her.
Sounds so much like
We got this freak weather phenomena with -30 in mid-March and a cold wave shutting down the whole province. This is where we step in, to provide to those in need, to evac those most vulnerable.
Now, the maker of this game does do a lot of sim games, including Car Mechanic Simulator. So I feel like they're really kind of steering into that. No pun intended.
This is Henry. Finally patched up, but I'm not sure how much longer it'll hold. My arrival may still be delayed. Over.
Acknowledged. We can't wait any longer and are moving on. If you hurry up, we'll meet at the next checkpoint. Out.
Yeah, that's out. ICEBOUND. Yeah, I'm going to let that run a little while. We'll read a little bit about this. So this has a planned release date of 2025. Previous games, there's lots. Like, there's so many. If you just look up Game Formatic Essay on Steam, you'll see that there's tons and tons of mostly simulation type games. So this looks like it's firmly within their wheelhouse, which is a good sign. As far as platforms, it looks like this is going to be PC only, as far as I could find anyway. But it definitely, like I said, it seems to steer into the sim side of things. Now, they did mention province, and this is actually set in Quebec, which is interesting when you learn more about this game. You take on the role of Henry, a wilderness firefighter and a member of a rescue expedition in the northern Quebec region. You and your team were meant to provide supplies and evacuate the population in an area beset by a sudden weather crisis and a subsequent rapid drop in temperature. However, you have become separated from the rest of the expedition, and now you're forced to fight for your survival in an extreme environment, surrounded by hostile fauna, unknown forces, and military faction determined to stop you at all costs. In Canada? Okay. I'm interested to learn more. Utilizing the environment to your advantage becomes paramount. This might involve timing your movements with weather conditions to mask your tracks or noise. Use the natural terrain to hide your approach or retreat. Employ diversionary tactics to mislead pursuers. Worst comes to worst, stand your ground and fight your way out. Now, we do see a little bit of it, and we do see you getting attacked by wolves, but I don't really know how you would defend yourself. I don't see anything as far as like weapons that you would use. No flares, pistols, knives, crowbars, nothing. So that's something I would like to know more about. Step into refining your snowcat and be always prepared on a journey through the freezing wilderness. It serves as your only refuge, providing warmth and safety amidst the harsh environment. Repair, enhance, and customize it to suit your needs as you navigate through the unforgiving terrain. And honestly, I would play this game if there was no, if this all it was you drive around in an ATV and you deliver supplies to, I don't know, camps and people in the wilderness. It just seems like it'd be kind of fun to do that and just drive on the terrain with a tracked ATV. And repair and maintain your vehicle like he's doing here. And, I don't really want to fight dogs or wolves or anything, but it is the game. The game encourages creative problem solving and strategic planning. So if you play games kind of haphazardly like I do, I don't know if this would be for you. Now, in the trailer, it does show that you have like flares as well. So that may be one of the methods that you use to survive. You may need to observe patrol patterns to find the safest route, make use of snowdrifts and dense forest to cover, or for cover, set distractions and traps, or even backtrack to avoid encounters. The risk of confrontation is ever present, pushing you to use the sparse resources and tools at your disposal in innovative ways to remain undetected. There's almost like a horror element to this. The fact that confrontation's ever present, you can turn around and all of a sudden there's wolves ready to leap at you. Provide probably some jump scares, and there's a bit of, like we just saw one in the trailer just now. Deep survival mechanics, resource management, and vehicle maintenance are crucial to withstand the extreme conditions. Intriguing story. The protagonist's journey is driven by personal stakes, adding layers of depth to the survival experience, and confronting Caesar, who threw him off the cliff at Hoover Dam after failing to defeat the NCR. Sorry, that was a different game. My bad. If you don't get the reference, play Fallout New Vegas and thank me later. Dynamic weather and terrain. Face the unpredictability of weather and landscapes that test your limits with every mile traversed. Use stealth and strategy. Navigate around a hostile military presence with tactics that emphasize stealth over confrontation. And I'm interested to see how that plays into things. A hostile military presence in northern Quebec. I'm really, really curious about that. I'll see if I can find more information about it, actually. But not right now. Realistic simulation. The feel of piloting a heavy-duty snow vehicle through challenging conditions is rendered with an attention to detail, offering an authentic survival experience. And I don't doubt that they'll probably get the vehicle side of things right. Now, as far as system requirements go, it's not quite potato. You will need something fairly accustomed to gaming, I would say. Probably something mid-range from maybe a few years ago. It doesn't require a bleeding edge machine, but not a slouch either. Not a potato. Yeah, so again, release date is 2025. No demo available for it, but who knows? We might see one in the future. It does show you getting out of the truck. Hopefully it gets a second trailer to see a little bit more. Yeah, I hope so. I really do. I've played the crap out of Car Mechanic Simulator, so that is one of the reasons I'm sure that they're going to get the car side of things right. But I wonder to what extent they're going to punish you for screwing up, because in Car Mechanic Sim, if you take out a rad without draining the fluid, you have to pay for it. And like, I wonder if it's going to be game over if you do something that really just kind of screws you over. I'd be interested to see if they do that. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Okay, why don't we move on to the next one? The next one is one hell of a change of pace. It is Gravelord. So let's check out this guy. All right, let's let her rip.
I'm just a simple guy from Storm. Always wake up early in the morning and do my lovely job like my daddy and his daddy used to do.
So smooth.
Lately, things have been falling apart, making my job much harder. Well, at least I'll get paid. Daff knows how to keep his pipeline in check. The juicy benefits are nice and all, but for me, a handful of crypto coins is all I need to keep me shovel polished. To buy me some guns. And even bigger guns.
Nice.
And to maybe play some cards with fate. So that one day I can kill the baddie who butchered my daddy. Okay, Boomer, let's put the fun back in funeral.
Okay. I had a lot to say about this one. Oh man, this one looks fun. If you ever played Doom, Quake, Unreal Tournament, Heretic, any of those types of games, you're going to recognize the gameplay, obviously. I mean, it's a boomer shooter, right? It's simple as that. It's an FPS boomer shooter. However, there are some mechanics that are a little bit different. The tarot card system that you saw, which allows you to enhance your abilities, so you can do even more death. Deal even more death, I mean. Now, one thing he did say in the trailer, he said crypto coins, but I was actually looking at the subtitles in Steam, and it's not like crypto, like encryption. It's crypt, like CRYPT -O coins. So that's the currency in game. It's just a play on crypto coins. It doesn't really have anything to do with cryptocurrencies. But man, that lightning gun looks like so much fun. Oh, geez. No, hang on a second. I want to have a look at those cards and see what different options are available, like what we got here. Three-headed Hydra. Every third attack deals plus 100% damage. Shot 'em. Adds special alt attack that places shovel totem that zaps nearby enemies. And Shoveled. Adds a ranged alt attack to shovel that stuns the enemy. Yeah, because the shovel is a part of things. But I'm going to let this roll, and we'll read a little bit about it. Gravelord is a fast-paced boomer shooter voiced by a badass protagonist featuring handcrafted levels filled with secrets and hordes of enemies to kill. Dish out some brutal carnage with powerful guns and collect tarot cards to gain even more killing power. Let's put the fun back in Funeral. This is developed and published by Fatbot Games. Previous games include Vaporum and Vaporum Lockdown. There is no release date published right now, and it looks like this is going to be on PC. You can guess where this game gets its inspiration from. I mean, it isn't hard to figure out, but it does have a somewhat unique aesthetic. It's not like the colors are, there's some saturation to it, but it's also, I don't know, I kind of like the lighting. It's not too dark. It could be a little bit darker, but I mean, you could always modify that in the settings for the game, I'm sure. Now, it does have this game will knock your socks off and take you back to the time when you were a little boomer brat. Gravelord is a boomer shooter FPS along the lines of Doom or Quake with modern graphics and audio, as well as some fresh and fancy features. Run and jump around levels like a complete badass, beat the living hell out of enemies, and blow them up with powerful weapons like there's no tomorrow. Abstract level design heavily aimed at fun and engaging gameplay rather than realism, because games can be too realistic to the point where they're not fun anymore. So it looks like, I'm glad they're kind of they're steering away from that. Figure out how to beat each level and find its deviously hidden secrets. So what's the special sauce? It's got a badass protagonist. We're bringing back the sassy, witty one-liners like Duke Nukem mixed with rotten charisma of Frankenstein's monster. You have a spectral shovel to get around quickly and confuse enemies. I don't know how that works, but we'll find out. Collect tarot cards to significantly boost your power level and combat options. Upgrade your weapons to unlock additional fire modes and synergies, which is something that those other games don't have. Doom, I don't know about, I didn't play too much of Quake and Heretic. Unreal Tournament didn't have any way to upgrade weapons, so that's kind of a neat twist on the mechanic. On the genre, I mean. Upgrade your weapons to, I already read that one. And this one's neat. Make your own levels with the integrated level editor. This will officially come out with the full release of the game. I love that idea, honestly, because it extends the gameplay. It extends the amount of time people will spend playing this game, right? Because you've got, people will come up with crazy, insane levels, and then other people will feel the challenge and have to beat it. And you've got people basically creating those levels for you for free. They're doing the work of keeping your game alive for you for free, just like with a modding community. Why wouldn't you want that? Why? I don't get it when people either don't allow modifications to their games or they give them cease and desist letters. I'm looking at you, Activision, greedy assholes. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. So the badass protagonist's name is Guido, the Gravedigger. Dumb as hell, but as strong as an ox. I just read that for the first time. Sets out to avenge his father while using his trusty total Uber shovel to beat the living crap out of his enemies and give them a first-class ticket to the underworld. Big Boy has opinions. Guido oh, really? Guido comments on what's going on with his typical sense of rotten humor and Cockney accent. And the neat thing is there's collectibles in this game that come in the form of comic book pages that you can use to learn more about the story as well, learn more about the lore, if that's your thing, and backstory, and the overall world. And one of the neat things is, if you remember Wolfenstein 3D, and I think the newer Wolfenstein games had this, is as you take damage, his face changes. It starts off as, well, I was about to say clean and stuff, but he's not exactly clean. But as he takes more damage, he gets bloodied up and beaten up, which is always a nice touch. Kind of a callback to those earlier entries in the genre. But as far as specs go, again, similar to ICEBOUND, it's not going to need a bleeding edge machine, but no slouch either. So somewhere in the middle of the two. You'll need you'll probably need to have some sort of discrete graphics card to play it, but nothing bleeding edge. So if you've got an older PC, you should be fine. But yeah, this one I am definitely looking forward to. Making your own level sounds like you can have a battle royale of players. Ooh, you know what? Oh, I didn't read your earlier comment. Gameplay reminds me of Duke Nukem. Oh yeah, and they do reference Duke Nukem having that badass protagonist with the funny one-liners. So that's probably one of the influences as well. Good catch. Now, I'm curious about whether or not there's going to be any sort of multiplayer for this. The Steam page only shows single player. I wonder. Oh, wait. Sorry. I'm looking at the wrong page. My bad. No. Okay. Where the hell is Gravelord? Sorry. I've got so many different pages open. Yeah, it is only single player. But who knows? They may add multiplayer later on, or based on demand, based on how many people are asking for it. Who knows? I hope they do. I hope they do, because this actually looks like a lot of fun. And just the movement throughout, like, it really does catch that feeling of Unreal and Duke Nukem and all that. That boss looks interesting. I wonder if that's where you get the lightning gun from. But all right. That looks cool. That's one of the reasons I picked it. Let's check out our last, well, maybe not last one. This is the last one that I had planned. But there are a couple of other, there's at least one other one that I'd like to check out that I didn't put in the description for this video. But we'll get to that. All right. Next one is Beacon of NEYDA. This is kind of a short trailer, but okay, so this combines elements of tower defense and base building, but also it's also side scroller as well. So Beacons of NEYDA, previous games released by, oh wait, I don't have the developer's name. I didn't write that down. This is developed and published by Ghost Creative Studio. There is a demo available, so you can check this out. And hell, I can check this out. Maybe I'll play this on Wednesday. Maybe. I don't know if I had anything lined up for Wednesday. I'll consider this one. Also, yeah, I should mention, for anybody that's watching right now, so the reason I'm doing this today, the reason I'm doing the trailer viewing today is I actually used to do this on Wednesdays on Twitch. I would watch trailers and then I would play some indie game demos, but it was getting too much for one stream, so I decided to split the two. I'm going to be doing the trailer views on YouTube from now on. Regular day is going to be Friday. It's not going to be Sunday. I'm going to be doing them on Friday on YouTube, and Wednesdays we'll be playing some demos on Twitch. So That's why I'm doing this. Just so you guys know. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, Beacon of NEYDA. Yeah, I could play this. I don't know if this is my style of game, but I mean, I'm no stranger to just playing games outside of the genre. Hell, Revita, for example, isn't something I would usually play, but I played that game and learned to love it. So who knows? Tower defense games I do like. Anyway, previous games released by Ghost Creative Studio include Punchbots and Pixie Poxy. Both of those games are in early access, which is one of the things that concerns me. They've already got 2 games in early access, and this one's in development right now. So I wonder how long it's going to... I just wonder if they're spreading themselves too thin, or if they have a specific roadmap in mind, and maybe I'm just worried about nothing. Who knows? In a world where a robot revolution failed, the last humans search for a way to survive and escape. Beacon of NEYDA is a side-scroller strategy game where you have to survive waves of enemies while creating and upgrading your base. Build where you want, defend what you can. And I gotta say, as far as like Steam descriptions go, this one goes right to the point. It doesn't fart around with overly descriptive language or whatever. It's just, here's what you gotta do what you can. And I like that. I like things that are very to the point. Actually, even the Steam page doesn't contain a ton of information, but let's read through it. So we've already referenced the Rusty Ones. The Rusty Ones roam the deadlands of this world. Their revolution failed, but the world is in ruins. Help humanity to escape. Beacon of NEYDA is a strategy game where you have to build and defend your base from waves of enemies. Repair the main tower. I think we see that there. Repair the main tower in every base to win. Each base creates a safe space, but be careful. Fighting alone is not always the best option. Defend yourself and protect the core of your base at all costs. Explore different abandoned locations and be careful, as your surroundings can also be quite dangerous. Research new technologies to improve your constructions and discover the history behind this world, its truths, and its lies. In Beacon of NEYDA, you are the last hope of this world. Are you up to the challenge? So this is not Earth. I don't remember where I read that. I think I was doing a little bit more digging. This is not Earth. This is a far-off desert planet. Ah, yes, here we go. So when the artificial intelligence is tasked with terraforming the desert world rebelled against their creators, the world settlers were forced into war with the machines. With all communications lost with Earth, the people of NEYDA fought alone to reclaim their world. So there's many different types. There's many different types of rusty ones. So those are the machines that they're talking about. You have your simple construction bots, your heavies, your agility. You'll see them here. Like this guy. Hang on a second. Let me go back here. This guy is a heavy. Built for construction, mining, and other hazardous tasks that demanded durability and strength. So you're going to need to know this when you fight these guys. We've got, those are just regular grunts here. So, okay. This dude with the multiple legs, this is the precise and agile light work model. Where's the next one? Okay, and these are just your regular grunts. But then you've got this big dude whose arms outstretched. And it looks more like a boss. Excavation robots. Incredibly resilient, heavy, and extremely dangerous. So that would be your top priority. But yeah, it combines a lot of different things, but it seems interesting. I'm curious to know more about this world. I just find it interesting that there's a revolution. The revolution failed, but humanity still survived. I don't know. It's just a different take on this sort of genre where you have to defeat robots. And I'm wondering, like, if there's any sentience behind these machines, or if they're just like mindless killing machines. Like, are you fighting somebody? Are you fighting against somebody who knows what they're doing, or are you just fighting what basically amounts to a zombie horde? May not be that important, but it's something that I think about. What did you think about? Oh, Why is this in the way? Hang on 1 second. Undermine 2. The first one was really good. Undermine 2 is not a game I'm familiar with. Undermine 2? Let me look it up. Hang on 1 second. Undermine 2. Sorry, just looking that up on Steam. Oh, it's not out yet. Okay. Delve back into the heart-pounding depths of the Undermine in this action roguelike sequel. Uncover ancient secrets, battle fierce foes, and conquer Delvemore Castle with a friend by your side. I've never heard of this game. Looks fun. You know what? I'm going to make a note. I'll check this out next time, actually. Undermine 2. Okay. I've always got my handy notepad with me in case there's something I'm thinking of or somebody gives me a suggestion. I always love it when people give me suggestions of games to look at. So if anybody's ever got any, keep them coming. Yeah. I don't know what it is about this game. I saw this and I thought, okay, this looks interesting. And then I read about it and I thought, this premise is really cool too. I do like tower defense. I just want to see how it combines all three. So I hope that there's a demo that will be coming out for this. There's no release date. I don't know if I mentioned that yet, but there is unfortunately no release date for this. As far as the system requirements go, though, again, this is potato. This will run on a potato. So you shouldn't have any issues. Now, the last one I want to check out, I didn't plan on checking this one out because I only found out about this yesterday. But it's called Space Hunters. And the trailer just looked really, really badass, so I had to. I didn't have any notes for this one, so I'm just going to be doing this one off the fly, or off the cuff, on the fly. Yeah, when you combine those, it just doesn't make any sense. Okay, anyway, sorry, me being silly. So this is Space Hunters. Let's check it out.
Brutal action! Western bullets. Money is everything. Combos and specials. Space Hunters. Wish list now.
Yeah. You know what it is? It's something about playing a game as a character that is like OP right off the hop. Not you slowly start to develop, you level up, you get better. No. Sometimes it's fun to just play a game where the main character that you're playing is just this big, huge, unstoppable force. And I gotta say, usually I don't get taken in too much by the animations, but the animations are just so damn compelling, and just the attitude that the main character seems to have, that great big robot, it just seems so cocky and arrogant, but also funny. Like, look at some of the things you can do, and oh man, the animation does look great in game too. In game, it looks fantastic. So this game is developed by Purple Tree SRL, publishers Purple Play LLC. Unfortunately, I've never heard of either one of them, but let me see. I usually check this out ahead of time. They do have, oh wow, quite a few games under their hat. Thunder Ray, Golosol, and that whole series. Purple Sports, Thunder Ray Origins, Pets No More, a bunch. So this isn't their first rodeo. Embark on an adrenaline-pumping adventure across the galaxy in this 2D handmade beat-em-up. I suck at beat-em-ups, but I still find them fun. In a universe where money is everything, you'll take control of 3 distinct space bounty hunters, each with their own unique abilities and styles. Hunt down epic criminals, collect bounties, and fight your way through a brutal, unforgiving world where danger lurks at every turn. Use futuristic motorcycles to traverse planets, engage in intense, bloody combat, and experience a level of gore and action that will keep your heart racing. The game features beautifully crafted handmade animations that bring every punch, kick, and explosion to life with stunning detail. Actually, that was one thing I meant to mention when we were looking at Guns of Fury. I was kind of surprised at the lack of gore in that game. I thought it would be bloodier than the trailer showed, but it wasn't. I don't know if that's something that they're just saving for the full game itself, or if that's just the way that it's going to look. But I mean, I don't mind it in games, especially where it's appropriate. Like, I don't need to see, a fire hose worth of blood, basically coming out of an exit wound. But, I mean, if somebody's going to get, either decapitated or dismembered, yeah, there should be a little bit of blood. I don't know what to tell you. So there is shared split screen PvP, shared split screen co-op for this as well. And you can, how many characters can you play? Because it looks like there's 3. It says there's 3 characters, so I think you can play up to 3 at a time. But we shall see. Galaxy-spanning bounty hunts, travel across diverse planets on your futuristic motorcycle, taking down epic criminals and collecting bounties. Brutal action, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, handmade 2D animation, epic boss fights, face off against powerful criminals and challenging boss battles, money-driven gameplay. In this universe, money is everything. Earn, steal, and fight for every credit you can get your hands on. Even starting the game comes at a cost. What? Even starting the game comes at a cost. Wonder what they mean by that. I mean, yeah, you have to pay real money to play the game, but, okay. But remember, in this world, nothing comes for free. Pressing start costs money, and even other players aren't safe from your greed. You can steal their hard-earned cash to fuel your own quest for wealth and power. What? Oh, man. So, okay, because it did say shared split-screen co-op and shared split-screen PvP. So, if you want, you can take out a friend and just take all their money. How's that going to work long-term? I don't know. Now, as far as system requirements for this go, it looks like it's in between potato and respectable gaming PC. Again, nothing too modern, but nothing too old. I mean, the requirements for processors, an i3, 3 gigs of RAM, and a GeForce 9600 GT or an AMD HD 3870 with 512 megs of RAM, or of VRAM. So, yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to cost a lot as far as computer resources go. But it just looks fun. And if beat 'em ups are your thing, you may want to check this one out. Very double dragon style fighting. Yeah. I'm Double Dragon. Oh, you mean like the OG, like the retro game? I haven't played those. I mean, again, I suck at beat 'em ups. I've been trying to get through Final Fight on SNES, but I can't. I get to Katana, who's in After the Subway, and he just kicks my ass. I don't know how to beat him. I don't know. I haven't given it too much time. I mean, maybe I just need to figure it out. But yeah, we got through this actually faster than I thought. So I'll ask you, John, because you're in chat. Anybody else that's in chat, if you want to answer this as well. Of the ones that we've looked at, what would you say is the game that you're most interested in? We had Guns of Fury, ICEBOUND, Gravelord, Beacon of NEYDA, and Space Hunters. I gotta say, like for me, the one that I think I am most eager to play, if I had to put them in order, I think Guns of Fury #1, Gravelord number 2, Space Hunters number 3, Beacon of NEYDA, and ICEBOUND. But again, that's not, I know I picked ICEBOUND last, but that doesn't mean I'm not interested. It's just picking between like 1A and 1B and 1C and 1D and 1E. I'm interested in all of these, but which one based on the trailer am I most interested in? I mean, I kind of was already interested in Guns of Fury just because it's a Metal Slug Metroidvania game. Like, come on. Yeah. Do I have any other trailers to look at? I do, but I don't really think I have time to. So, going forward, now that I have an idea of how long this is going to take me, because this is the first time I've ever done one of these on just its own stream, I'm going to have more next time. And maybe I'll have some more information available on the backstory of the game. There's what's available on Steam, but there's also like devlogs and things like that I can look for. Did I see whether... Hang on a second. There's one thing I forgot. Is Space Hunters going to be on any other platform? Let me check. Space Hunters. Oh, there's really not a lot of information about this game out there, to be honest. I actually am having trouble finding stuff here. Space Hunters. Ah, here we go. See anything about console? So in the Gamatsu article, it looks like this... Oh, this is going to be on PC, PS4, PS5, Switch, Xbox One, and Xbox Series. Oh, well, okay. So this is going to be available to play pretty much everywhere, which is neat. That's awesome. I'm hoping this game gets more attention because it looks like a hell of a lot of fun. The pay-to-play sounds like arcade game, like gold to keep going. You know what? The other thing I thought was maybe it's like you start the game behind. Like you start the game in the hole and you have to collect money to keep yourself going. Like if you don't get the bounty, or if I don't know, maybe if it's dead or alive, and if you don't, if you accidentally kill your bounty, then you have to outrun other bounty hunters who are now coming after you because you didn't pay your debt, or I don't know. My imagination tends to run away with these things when I'm not given enough information, and I start to fill in blanks. Does that ever happen to anybody else where you think, okay, I think I know what's going to happen, and you start to build the story. You establish a headcanon in your head, and then when you actually find out what it really is, it's like, oh, that's not what I thought it was going to be. I'm a little disappointed. Oh, maybe it's just me. I hope it's not like you have to keep playing. You have to have your credit card ready. If they've taken microtransactions to another level, oh God, could you imagine? You have a little accessory for your computer that has a little tap for your debit card, and every single time you run out of lives, you have to tap to continue playing. Oof. What a horrible future that would be. I don't want to give anybody ideas, so I'm just going to stop there. But yeah, so going forward, these are going to be on Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be at least an hour. I'm going to have maybe 2 extra trailers to go. I think 6 would be a good round number. Yeah, I think 6 is good. So I appreciate everybody that's come in here for this, because this is a bit of experimenting for me and finding out what works. So if you have any feedback you want to give on anything related to the stream, please let me know. I appreciate it, and I will take your comments, and if they are helpful and productive, I'll see what I can do about implementing them. If they're not helpful, well, you know what? I appreciate the comments anyway. So I'll be back on Friday on YouTube for the next, I don't know what to call this. I think I call this Friday Night Trailers, but that's dependent on it being on Friday. So maybe trailer night. I don't know. I'll try to think of something. But if you actually want to see some indie game demos being played, come follow me on Twitch, and I usually play at least one or two every single Wednesday. Again, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And also, if you love retro games, specifically Mega Man X and the Mega Man X series, you can come and follow me on Twitch as well every Monday. Again, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm currently playing through the Mega Man X4 game as Zero, which is the first time I've ever played as Zero. And man, that game is kind of kicking my ass, because Zero's play style is so much different than X. But I'll get there. We'll beat that one. Then we'll move on to X5 and keep going all the way through the series. Yeah, that's been kind of fun. John DBZ, thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate your input. With Inscription doing so well, do you think Slay the Spire 2 will do good? I have no idea. Again, I only know a little bit about a little bit of games as far as the indie space goes. So I've heard of Slay the Spire, but don't know much about it. And Inscription. Again, I'm writing these down because I want to do my homework and not sound like a total idiot. But I will let you know, and I will get back to you, sir. But that's going to be it for me for tonight. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves. And if not, let me know why. And if you did, you can let me know anyway. But I'll be back on Friday for this. But I'll be on Twitch tomorrow and on Wednesday for Mega Man Monday and for Wednesday's Indie Game Demo Night. So I hope to see you at least at one of them. But if not, it's cool. You have yourselves a good night, and you go play some fun-ass games. I'm going to do the same. I'll see you next time. Have a great night.